Okay guys, finally made it in Hawaii. Blaire, how was the plane ride?
Plane ride was fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, about 7 hours of flying, so now we're gonna head down to the range. I've already made this walk about 60 times, so we're gonna get Blaire's first impression on it.
All right,
let's go. There's the range right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hopping fences like I'm hopping obstacles. You come at me and I hit you in the abdominals. Unrockable, me being beat, that's not plausible. And even when it's hot, I'm chilled like a popsicle. We in Hawaii, dog, that's tropical. And this did MTI sound audible. Me not making it, that's irresponsible. And all the problems I got are solvable. You haters are comical. Thinking I ain't making it is logical and improbable. From fences to freeways to walls, no handouts or help at all. I'm unstoppable. See, I succeed at succeeding. And where I wanna be because I'm not afraid of bleeding. Improving so fast I got a ticket for speeding. And all the competition around me is receding. Yeah, you guys, look at this, man. Hopping down fences and walls. I mean, look at Blaire, man. Poor Blaire, look at him. Dang, let's go.
I just kind of jumped in one clean swoop. Huh? You look, you're sketching me out.
You're sketching me out because I like...
I thought you said you're an expert.
Yeah, I just don't like pokey shark fin. That's all there is to it.
You saw me do it, it's pretty easy. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, dude, get up, dude. Oh, God. Oh, wow, we gotta work on that form.
All right, so just go ahead and warm up, and then we'll take a look at your swing, shoot some videos, and then in the meantime, kind of give us an idea what your prior golf instruction history has been like.
All right.
Who you've taken lessons from. All right, so just so give us an idea. I mean, Gabe told me you're super good at one point. So what was that like?
It was a lot. Golf was a lot more fun, you know. I was more of a natural player, more of a field player, and then I went to a coach, and then I kind of got more into like the technical part of it. I mean, the wrong techniques.
There's technical right and there's
technical
technical
there's technical
wrong.
right and technical wrong, and I got into the technical wrong, but I didn't know any better because I see a lot of people who are in my position where you have like learned a certain way, and then we hear these great things about something else, and you start doing that, you know.
That's right.
And, you know, and I was playing really good golf during that stretch. This was in 2013. I had like a 4-round stretch where I went, I went 63, 64, 60, 61. And then that last 61 was in a tournament, so I shot 11 under in a qualifier for Torrey Pines in San Diego.
Sounds good.
So, you know, at that point in time, I'm like, man, I'm good. You know, I didn't make it into Monday. I had a chance. I was a few under going into the back nine, just kind of didn't happen. And so after that, you know, I was playing some tournaments. Gabe caddied for me at Verona. I was shooting 66. I think I shot like 10 under for that tournament for 3 days. And then, you know, then after that, I kind of got an offer where a friend of mine was taking lessons from a coach, and then the coach, you know, obviously heard of me, and I was playing really well and everything, and he's like, yeah, he'll give me lessons for like 20 bucks, you know, and like that sounds fantastic. So like, you know, I never had lessons before, so I jumped on the opportunity to be able to have a consistent swing coach so I can elevate my game just that little higher level. And so I started going to him, and then immediately on the first lesson, just started changing things right away. You know, like I was more like I didn't have much width in my swing or anything like that, and like I turned my hips really fast, so my hands would get kind of behind me. But I'd hit it far and I'd time it out right, you know. But so well, first thing we did was we changed my grip, made it so more hands are on the club here. You know, I kind of had this finger by the on my index a little bit, and so
a little half Furyk.
Yeah, so we got that stretching, which I think was a good thing. I didn't mind that. Then we got my swing going into having more width, which I didn't mind that. But it was the lower body and the movements from the top and transition was what really killed me. Like, so he wanted me to get up to the top of my swing, right? And then because I had a problem with turning too much was, you know, he wanted me to feel like my chest and this right pocket was sitting there pointing at him longer while my hands dropped down to here and then turn and go through.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, me and Gabe were talking about this the other day, was that we think that, like, flippers can be able to maybe pull that move off, but I'm not a flipper. I'm left-handed, so naturally left-handed, so my left hand stays really square through the club, and so I don't flip on it. So, when I'm sitting there like this and completely closed to the target, I just can't square up. And so I hit a lot of, like stall hooks or big blocks, but I kept going with the process for, almost a year.
Yeah, being a good student, you're gonna stick to it.
And I believed it, like I thought I was gonna do and get better. I just just stick with it. It takes a while. I can spend 7 months making swing changes. And just never got better. Press got worse. I went from shooting mid-low 60s consistently to I remember shooting like 75. Like, I played solid today. I was as good as I can do, and I'm like, oh my god, And when you're working on only your swing, you're not working on putting and chipping. You're just constantly beating balls in the range. So I completely lost the ability to feel out distances because my whole distance completely changed from the way I was
probably hitting it shorter too.
Yeah, shorter, and then it just, and so I completely lost it. So I had to have a rangefinder all the time, and I lost my game completely.
Yeah, and it sounds more like what the story we hear all the time is you might have been like a thoroughbred, and we call the thoroughbreds are the guys that you don't have to have instruction and you can do it, right? I mean, it's like Bubba and JB, these guys who don't listen to instruction, they just have this kind of instinctive or innate sense of how to move the body and hit the ball, and it just, it just ends up actually better than when you learn all this other stuff, which is kind of like a pretty little dance that actually doesn't work.
I believe it, trust me,
Yeah, so I think that's kind of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, so now I'm just trying to get back to my feeling days. I don't necessarily look at my swing as much, but like Gabe's helped me out with certain things that I'm trying to reverse to get back to where I was, 3 years ago compared to now. And I'm just now starting to get a little better, but I'm still not even close. I've ingrained from grinding for a year of doing bad swing habits.
Trying to drive that knee in there.
Driving. So like, I'm getting up here and I'm kind of sliding, and then this right knee goes in, and then it just stays there as I go through the ball. So I instead of that nice constant rotation, I'm kind of
Yeah. Well, the thing that you described in terms of keeping your chest closed, the hip pocket stays back there. I mean, that's kind of, it's so Ledbetter. I mean, again, I spent over a decade learning all this Ledbetter stuff, and their idea of the swing is really let your arms come down, keep the chest back, and then almost let the hands go, and then turn your body as you go through. And it's like, it's just a stall.
Yeah.
They're describing how to stall, and if you're stalling, then how do you get the club through impact? You're going to flip it.
Yeah.
So you either flip it or you flip and roll it, but then, this whole idea of staying like this is really just, it's going to take away from anybody that's a great athlete. And we've seen this with Michelle Wee or Suzanne Pedersen or Suri Pak. I mean, there's tons of them on the women's side. On the men's side, I mean, we even see Ernie Els being damaged by some of that stuff, and then they kind of disappear, and then, well, where do they end up, right? They just end up at the bottom, and then just struggling to make a career when they're actually fantastic athletes to begin with.
And you used to teach that stuff, right, guys?
Absolutely used to teach that stuff. I mean, learning Ledbetter, man.
And why did you go away from that stuff?
Well, the whole point of the why did we go away was it was the emergence of Tiger, and you got a guy back in 1997, and what was he hitting, like driver 9-iron into the par 5s on the back 9, and Faldo's still playing this driver 3-iron.
Yeah.
And the course was like so easy for Tiger. And then the end up thing is that when we start to look at Tiger and what he's doing, and I had a lot of my students was so excited about copying Tiger. I don't know if you did that too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I did that.
So you see that, and then you go, man, what's good about that? And then all the guys, and I'm talking about like the Gary Gilchrist and guys like that, the assistants of Ledbetter had nothing good to say, and they would say, oh, his arms. The left arm's too high at impact. Oh, he's tilting his shoulders. He should be more like this at impact. And you see all the stuff that they want to see, but then they just absolutely didn't like what Tiger was doing. He kept saying, he's never going to be, one-hit wonder, But at a certain point, by 1999, 2000, he had killed everyone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Tiger Slam and all of that, and you go, how can you keep saying bad things about the guy that's just dominating?
Yeah.
So at that point, you know, you really have to come to the conclusion that A, Tiger's not going to be good, which proved to be wrong. He's super awesome. And then, or B, that what they were teaching was just so foreign, was just so old, was so outdated that they didn't take into account for what a great thoroughbred athlete would actually do. And that's actually where I am at today.
And that's the thing, Kelvin, too, is that might seem crazy that's going on back in the day, but the same stuff's going on today.
Yeah, Lydia Ko's going down the same road.
Yeah, that's not good. Gabe showed me a video of that, of what she was working on, and compared to actually what she did, I mean, it's crazy.
Well, luckily they didn't seem to touch your club faces a little bit closer to the top, which is something that I like. I see that in a lot of the great players, but you know, those guys don't like anything close to, you know, a square or even slightly closed. They like it almost a little bit open, because if they know they're teaching a flip, then you better not be any bit closed, because it's going to be a big hook.
Absolutely.
So it's sort of like their idea, or the fix for them is to just keep opening the face and flip it more, and that's what keeps you away from hitting a hook. Their idea of hitting a good shot is a straight with a lot of backspin. It's kind of a straight floating shot that's kind of a bit of the underflip without a whole lot of roll to it, but more of an underflip. And that's where, I mean, I think if people understand that, if that's their gold standard is a flip with, you know, a high spinning shot, then you're losing probably 20 to 30 yards in your drive, and you can't hit your irons very far. I mean, you know, so the whole thing's like, it's really de-athleticizing your swing. It's changing.
That sounds sketch.
Does that philosophy kind of go with the kinematic sequence too, which kind of makes that whole thing work as well?
Yeah.
It makes more sense for them too.
Exactly. I've called that perfect storm, because the guys on the biomechanics side start to believe, you know, what Ledbetter's saying, that you should be kind of getting here and sort of posting up, and then letting your wrist go to create maximum speed, but they don't realize that maximum speed could actually make your hands, your club face less stable. So you can't hit it straight. Now you hit it short, crooked, spinny, hooking, fading, right? And it's not a golf swing that I don't think anyone could actually try to copy and make it work without a ton of practice. You just need so much practice compared to, I bet you hardly had to practice ball striking when you're in your hot day.
I just played golf. It was great. Now I feel like, you know, my remedy to get away from that whole, like, that you know, this thing too, is I get low, then especially with my longer clubs, and then I kind of like jump up. So I hit my driver, and like this right hip goes down, so I'm like this, and then I get here and I just go like that, and now I'm just completely trying to just save it, you know. And personally, I look at it and I want to throw up, but you know, it's just my body's natural reaction to being in a bad spot. So I'm trying to get out of it and be more, you know, just like stable through. I want my old game back. Damn it, I need it back.
The good thing is we can get it.
Let's do this. Whoa.
Thanks for watching that video, you guys. That was a really good lesson Blaire had with Kelvin. I have some really good videos coming. I want to say thanks again for helping Blaire get here to Hawaii. I was going to come regardless to make some more videos for my membership site. But honestly, you guys, I couldn't be more thankful for you guys to get Blaire here. And he has seen some tremendous improvement in a short period of time. So thanks again, you guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, thumbs it up, leave a comment. I got a lot more parts to this lesson coming soon. Please hit me up on Facebook, Gabriel M. Ryder, Instagram, PJ Tour Driven. I keep everyone always updated on what I'm doing throughout the day with the videos I'm making with Blaire, Kelvin, etc. when I'm traveling or whatever it may be. So thanks for you guys' support. I will talk to you soon.